Hi guys, welcome back into Mercy Makes. I'm so excited to be doing another sewing tutorial with you today. And lately I've been obsessed with graphic pants. I think they're so beautiful, wide-legged, really cool, stylish, comfortable pants. And I found this amazing fabric from Spotlight. Look how beautiful it is. It's so beautiful, it's got a bit of stretch to it. I really want to make a comfy wide-legged pant with this, with pockets, and if I have leftover fabric, I definitely want to try and make a top to go with it as well, but we'll see how we go. If you want to follow along, please feel free. I'm going to put in all the steps it takes to make these beautiful pants. These are great. I work from home personally, so usually I like to wear, dress up a little bit, but not too much, keep it comfy. And honestly, pants like these, they look so stylish, but it's like you're wearing PJs. It's amazing. It'd be good for yoga, anything. They just look so great anywhere you go. So yeah, let's jump in. All right, so I just wanted to get into what we will need to make these beautiful pants. So of course, you're gonna need your fabric scissors to get started with. They'll come in handy for cutting that beautiful fabric that you're gonna have. I would recommend at least 2 meters, maybe 2.5, depending on your size. So we'll need some pins to pin it to the fabric and to the pattern pieces. I recently picked up one of these amazing magnetic snap bracelets. I'm kind of obsessed. Look, they're probably not the prettiest thing, but sometimes I'm all about the functionality and I'm really enjoying it so far. Then you'll need some elastic, of course. It can look like whatever, you're not going to see it. It's going to be encased in the fabric. I just so happen to have this crazy leopard print elastic for some reason. I think I got it on sale, but it'll work just the same. You won't see it at the end. And then lastly, hopefully you won't need this, but you may need an unpicker. Let's hope not. It's always good to have one on hand, just in case. And the last thing you'll need is the pattern. You can find it in the link down below in the description of this video. And yeah, let's jump in.
So we're going to start by laying out our fabric and just making sure it's nice and flat. It's got no little folds in it to make sure that when we do cut out our pattern pieces, they are perfection. As you can see here, I'm also putting down some weights to make sure the same thing, it's nice and flat. And now I'm cutting out the back panels of the pants. And as you can see here, we have a nice, beautiful pair. So now I'm just laying them out. Beautiful.
So the plan is that I'm going to be making pants like this, really baggy, really comfy. I've got these ones on currently, I love them, I wear them to death. So yeah, we'll be making something similar to this. Boop. So here's one side, beautiful. And there's the crotch seam there. And then this is the other side, looking so cool. All right, let's pin these together and make some pants.
So as you can see, we've pinned together the crotch seams of the back panels and we're going to sew them together now with a 1 centimeter seam allowance. And now we're working on the pockets. So for each pocket, we're going to have 2 panel pieces, as you can see here. So we're going to need 4 in total to make 2 pockets on either side. With the fabric facing down, I'm now sewing along with a 1 centimeter seam allowance to attach the pocket. Once you've done that, you can flip it over to the right side and make sure it's nice and flat. And now we're going to edge stitch along the fold, making it look more professional. And we also have to take a moment for the beautiful Cleo. She absolutely loves the camera. She loves being involved in all of our videos. So now we're going to overlay the other pair of the pocket bag onto the first pocket bag, making sure that the right sides of the fabric are facing each other. Then as you can see here, I'm pinning them together. We're going to sew them together with a 1 centimeter seam allowance. We're going to do this for both sides of the pockets, but I'm just going to show you one side. So now we can go ahead and overlay the main front panels on top of each other. And once again, pin together the crotch seam and we can sew together with the 1 centimeter seam allowance.
So as you can see, we've sewn together the crotch seam of the 2 front leg panels and they are looking pretty amazing. I'm absolutely in love with this pattern, so I can't wait to wear these new beautiful pants. We've also put in the pockets as well, so they're in there. So next up, I've already sewn together the back panels at the crotch seam as well. So next we'll be aligning both of the front and the back panels of the pants and sewing along the side seams as well. But yeah, I just thought I'd give you a quick little show of what they're looking like so far, and yeah, I can't wait to have them finished.
Okay, so now that we've sewn together the pocket bags and both the crotch and the bottom seam of the pants, now it's the fun bit. We get to put it all together. So as you can see here, I'm overlaying the back panel to the front panel of the main pants. And as you can see here, I'm pinning them together, and I'm taking my time around the pocket as well because I am only pinning the side seam of the pocket panel that hasn't been sewn to anything yet. So making sure I'm not catching the other side of the pocket. You just want to be really careful when you're sewing that bit together. You don't want to sew or sandwich in too many layers of fabric because otherwise you won't be able to use your pocket. Next up, I'm going to be pinning together the inseam of the pants. So once again, just taking my time. I like to start by matching up the seams of the crotch from the front and the back pant panels. That's a really good place to start to make sure that they're going to align when you sew that all together. And then once I've pinned them together, I slowly work my way down the pant legs to the hem of the pants.
Okay, so now we have successfully sewn the side seams with the pockets on the sides as well. And we've sewn the crotch inseam, if you can see, in between the leggies. This is a bit of a weird angle, but in between the legs we've sewn them up too. Now we have to overlock the sides and the crotch seam. If you have an overlocker, great, go ahead and do that, but if you don't, that's okay. You can use your straight stitch machine, just put it on the zigzag stitch, and yeah, that'll be fine to overlock the edges just to keep it from fraying, so you can wash them and wear them as much as you want.
And now that the pants are all sewn together at the top, I'm actually going to overlock the top just to make sure it doesn't fray. Alright, so in order to get the accurate amount of elastic that you need for your waistband, what I recommend doing is grabbing the elastic and popping it around your waist, like you can see here in the video. Now we're going to pull it a little bit tightly, but make sure it's still comfortable on your body, because at the end of the day, once you have the pants on with the elastic band, this is the pressure that you're going to be feeling while you're wearing them. As you can see here, I've found the happy medium for my waist and my elastic. I've cut out the waistband panel from the pattern. So I'm just going to fold it over, and then on the shorter side, I'm going to pin together and stitch together with a 1 cm seam allowance. Once that's done, I'm going to take the now circular band, I'm going to overlay it over the top of the pants, and we're just going to pin it together and make sure it fits really nicely. If you find that the pants are larger than your waistband, what you can do is pop in a few gathering stitches at the top of your pants all the way around. I would recommend 2 gathering stitches. Make sure the stitch length on your machine is maybe like 3.5 so you can easily gather it. Then slowly gather the pants until it fits really beautifully with the waistband panel. So once it's fitting really nicely with the pants and it's all pinned around the whole way, stitch it together with a 1 cm seam allowance. So now I'm going to show you how to stitch together the elastic waistband. Overlay each side of the waistband, probably about an inch each side. Then what we're going to do is actually use the zigzag stitch. As you can see here, I'm sewing a small rectangle shape, making sure both layers of the elastic are getting caught in these sew lines. I'm going to put the shape of my sew lines on the screen as well, just to make it a little bit clearer. If you sew like this, both your elastic waistbands together, they're never going to come undone. They're going to be so secure, and you're going to be able to wear your pants for years to come. Once that's done, we're going to fold over the top edge of the waistband pant panel, and we're going to pin it to the seam allowance of the waistband that we've previously sewn onto the pants. Once we've pinned it all the way around, making sure that we haven't caught any extra fabric that we don't need, then we're going to take it to the sewing machine and once again sew it securely in place with a 1 cm seam allowance. Alright, so now we're finally onto hemming the pants. Once you've figured out how much you want to fold it up, I think I'm doing about 2 cm here, we're going to pin it to the pant leg and make sure it's the same length all the way around and it's nice and neat. And just sew it in place. And there you have it, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you really enjoyed the video and you learned something today. If you do have any questions or comments, or if there's any other types of clothing you want me to make a tutorial for, please make sure you put them in the comments down below, and I'd love to hear from you. And yeah, thank you so much from me, Cleo, and we'll see you on the next one. Bye!